Greetings. Welcome to ATR Jesus, the Elite Women's Basketball Ministry and Brand. Believe, pray, train, reign. My name is Marita Porter. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. So this video is going to be on Caitlin Clark's highlights versus the Atlanta Dream. And this was an interesting game. I just want to point out some of her highlights and kind of go over some things that I saw from the Atlanta Dream game. And the Atlanta Dream, I really like the arena, even though it kind of looks like it kind of has that playground style feel to it, which is pretty cool and unique. I wonder if what type of material that floor is. Is it a traditional wooden basketball floor? But I think it's pretty cool because it gives kind of that street ball feel, cage type feel, and it's different from the other arenas. Kind of intimate, where the players are right on top of the fans are really close to the court. So I do like that. That's real nice. So let's hop into. So this is looks like just some highlights for Caitlin Clark versus Atlanta Dream, and I want to point out a few things that I noticed about Cece's game and kind of the Indiana Fever and their offense. So let me jump right in. Okay, so getting started here. There's no sound, just so I'm not violating any copyright issues. Um, and the first thing that I notice is what they're trying to do with Caitlin off the ball. I notice here that they have Kelsey Mitchell in the one spot, and then Caitlin as the two. So I'm wondering if they are. I noticed that she was off the ball quite a bit, and I wonder if this is kind of a way to get Kelsey Mitchell going. Maybe there is some sort of game plan to make Kelsey Mitchell the leading scorer, or to get her more touches. I'm not sure. There's always some back end conversations, maybe even with her agent, that she wants to be more out front. So it looks like this maybe was an effort to put Kelsey more out front. I don't think Kelsey is a point guard. So this is Caitlin off the ball. Just looking at their lineup, that's the first thing that I noticed, that they have Caitlin at the two. All right. And I think with Caitlin being at the two guard, so here we go. She's pushing the ball up the floor in transition, and she just goes coast to coast, and she's able to go coast to coast, and it's great. What I really enjoy about Caitlin's game as a point guard is that her head is always up. Even here, you can see that her head is up. She's looking up the floor, and that's good. She has looks like Natasha Howard here. She has Sophie Cunningham here, or no, maybe it's a Boston, and then Howard over here pushing the ball. So she has Boston here, and then Natasha Howard, and then she has Sophie Cunningham out front. So she has players out front, and then she had three defenders in the middle. So she's pushing the ball in transition. Now, what could have happened to Sophie could have kept running, and this could have been a dime to Sophie. But one thing that I don't like that the post players are doing, and let me just back up just a tad bit. I don't like that the post players, see how Natasha Howard stops to this is almost like a block that would happen in football. I don't like to see the post players stop in transition just to free up Caitlin Clark. I think that's okay, but I think this is why their transition game is slow. I think Natasha Howard needs to just sprint down and let Caitlin find her. I think you have Sophie running. I think AB needs to trail because Natasha Howard's out in front. If Natasha Howard just sprints down, that'll give Caitlin a transition pass ahead, or she could have hit Sophie with a transition pass. But I don't like this addition of stopping to set a pick for Caitlin. It's almost like a football block, a block that happens in football. And I don't like that. I think it slows things down. But she's able to go all the way coast to coast. Good job. Good job. I think that's still great, that she's able to go coast to coast. Yeah, but that stopping is very dangerous. It's dangerous because it could lead to a moving screen. It could lead to unnecessary fouls. And I know that you're working hard trying to get Caitlin open, but they need to. I noticed that they're not running as much as they used to. That is very, very slow. The post players just need to take off. The wings just need to take off and let Caitlin find them. Run wide, run the rim, and let Caitlin find them. So we're here coming down to the next play. Now, just take a look at the spacing on the floor. So this is the open area, which is where Caitlin needs to be attacking. And one thing I notice is that she seems a little bit heavier, and she may have to drop about 5 pounds. I know she's gained muscle, but she seems a little heavier in her. She's not as quick. She doesn't seem as quick as she was last year. Maybe that's because of the muscle gain and her body's going to have to adjust. Um, but I would definitely suggest she work on her foot speed, jump roping, and even getting with a track and field coach to work on her coordination and her foot speed. Because see, this open floor, she should be able to get by this defender, even with her added strength. She should be able to make one move and get right by this defender for a pull-up jump shot right here, or all the way to basket for a dish. Now, if we look at the floor space, you have Lexi in the corner, and you have 3 players here. So this is just one-on-one for Caitlin. One-on-one, make a move and go. But I don't think she has this foot speed to do that. So if she can implement just simple jump roping for 5 minutes a day, that will help her foot speed. She can make one move, one jab, one crossover, get right here, pull-up jump shot right at the elbow. And then not always have to settle for the step back 3. And that's how she can get her mid-range game going. But this open space is where she needs to attack, because it's just one-on-one. Get in there, attack that open space, and then she's going to come. Then you got a kick out for the Bonner here, or you can get all the way to the basket. Then you got kick outs on both sides. So this is something that she probably really should work on, is trying to get into this open space. One move and go, one move and go. But if her foot speed is lacking, then, get that quick foot ladder, get that working. I don't know how much she worked on that. Maybe that's something that she can implement throughout the season or even after season. Work on her foot speed, quick foot ladder, jumping rope is really the old school, old kind of way, just like a boxer. Find people you can train with, boxers, boxer trainers who train boxers, and track and field coaches would really, really be beneficial for Caitlin. If she can get her foot speed, her footwork down, she really, really could be unstoppable. So here, waiting on the screen, you got AB. This is a good job for AB of posting up here, trying to get a pin so she can get the lob. And then you have here DeWanna on the wing pulling her man out of help side. And then I think Mitchell is maybe in the corner. So this is good. Good inside post, and there with the finish. Good. Now AB still needs to focus on finishing, because the center for the Dream was really getting the best of AB. She was just bodying her up and getting position easily. So AB just has to work on getting a little bit tougher, and she misses a lot of bunnies. So working on that follow the mic and drill would be very beneficial for AB. But to me, at the professional level, there's no excuse for missing so many bunnies and so many layups. And a lot of these players are out of shape. And I know it seems like a lot of players work their way into shape, but coming in shape, top physical position, the conditioning, and is helpful. But AB misses a lot of bunnies, and bunnies that could cost them getting to the finals. Those missed bunnies could be opportunities of, advancing, in the finals or game winners. So she definitely needs to get there. But that was a good post entry pass. So very, very good job on AB to get down there, and good job of Caitlin to be able to make the pass. Okay, so that was and 1. Good job. So we go to the next one. So here, I just want to the pace that they're pushing the ball is very, very slow. Caitlin looks a tad bit slower too. The pace, and now she's recovering from leg injury. And then there's a new system, so everyone is thinking about where to go instead of maybe like instinctually, because you're trying to do what the coach wants. So coming down here, so here we go again. We have Howard setting the screen. This isn't too bad. She's setting the screen in the open floor, helps Caitlin to free her up, which is okay. Now Her defender Pow Pow goes underneath, and Caitlin has, we all know Caitlin can pull from here, but the screen by Natasha Howard in the open floor here wasn't as bad. I just don't like those running hard in transition to turn around and stop, because you can get a moving screen violation on that. Instead of kind of, it looks like they're setting some sort of like block, like you would do in football. But it works out here. It frees Caitlin up for the 3-point shot, and that's her specialty. So that was a good possession. Great good shot, way to finish it out, and good help from Natasha Howard. Now, the other thing that I would say too on this, let's just go back, is like I said, there just doesn't seem to be pushing in transition. Even this shot for Caitlin, see how slow, this is not game speed. This is not game speed. Now, I noticed that players who are right out of college and playing in WNBA, their game is faster because they've been playing all year. They went through their college program all year, their strength and conditioning all year, maybe played all the way to the finals. So they're more conditioned and in shape versus WNBA players, because they haven't been playing all year. Some of them have. But Caitlin last year definitely looked sharper and faster, and because she played all year in college. Now, she probably hadn't really played a game like this in what, 6 months. So to me, look how slow this pace is. She's kind of slow, take my time, get into the shot. When she's playing New York, when they're playing the Lynx, she's not going to be able to trot into this shot. She's going to have to lower herself, get to her position, play low, and she's going to have to go game speed. So I know she's just kind of probably loosening up and getting herself warm, but they really need to pick up the pace here. Nevertheless, she makes the shot. Good job. All right, let's see. Now comes here. She comes, is showing a replay. She comes off, takes a shot, but see how she just trots into her shot? I would just like them to pick up her energy, and Fever need to pick up their energy, and she's the one who can start it. Everything at game speed. When you're playing, the top players, then I looked up the top players, and she's not going to be able to get those players. She's not going to be able to get to those spots just trotting there. So she definitely needs to, the whole Fever time, that the organization, they should be blowing the dream out. They should be blowing the dream out. So let's see what we have. We go here. The next one. So it looks like Caitlin is coming off a weak side screen, and that's good. Good screen by Brianna Turner. By Turner. Excellent screen. Great job. So Caitlin has the freedom to come off here, wide open, and bang, shot. Now, this also could have been a head fake. A head fake, come off the screen again, pull up, but she takes the shot. Good job. Excellent screen. That was set up by the screen. Good job here of Sydney Colson picking up the ball right away. Good job. Good job of Sydney Colson giving her teammates time to get back. Now, for some reason, there's no one here picking up Ron Howard, who's a shooter. So we want to get there. Now, good ball comes to Caitlin. And one thing I like about Caitlin is that she's a rebounding guard. She collects those rebounds. Now she's pushing open floor. We see that her head is up. And she's seeing that her head is up. Pushing. Now, here comes Brianna Turner. Sprint the floor and get to ball side post. Come right on down here. Get to ball side post. Make yourself available. Big old post. Get to that ball side post. I don't know if they're teaching that. And then you have Cunningham cut right in there. Cut right in, because both defenders are off balance. Cut right in front of them. Get that easy cut. Get that basket side cut. And instead, Caitlin here, it eventually happens, but it could have happened sooner. Cunningham cuts, good. But see, to make this team a championship team, This cut by Sophie Cunningham has to happen sooner. Has to happen sooner. So let's take another look here. So great cut, but it should happen sooner. Again, we see Sophie here, we see Brianna Turner here. Either it could be Brianna Turner or Sophie Cunningham. Get that ball side cut. Get in there. It has happened sooner. That's championship. That's a championship move right there. That makes you unstoppable. Those ball side cuts. Get in there and cut. Get in there, ball side cut. See, Brianna Turner should have come right ball side. Don't go away from the ball. And then you have AB as a trailer. Turner, come ball side. Come ball side. Come ball side. And that's going to make both of these players have to pay attention. Get over here to the ball side. And instead, we have Sophie cutting, which is great cut. It just should have happened sooner. Good job. Good job. Still a good job. Still a good job. But these little things are what's going to make Fever a championship team. These things are unstoppable. Okay. So let's see. Coming back. Let's see what the next one we have. We have 3-point shot. Again, that was a replay. Good. And then here, looks like she's going to shoot. Good pass. Good job there. Good finish. Okay. So here it looks like Kelsey Smith is going to set a screen, or she's just clearing out. And then we have AB here. And what I noticed too is that Kelsey Mitchell does this too. Over dribble. See how much dribbling Caitlin is doing? Yeah, they're talking about this push off, but Pow Pow was impeding her progress and holding her. So that's probably where the push off came from. This still is a great shot. It's just Caitlin's signature shot, but there was a little bit of grab from Tahina on that. So here, just see how slow this is. This was really good pass. I would just like to see their offense going game speed. That's still a good move. And so here we have Caitlin here, good pass, entry pass. Yeah, the first thing that I would like to see less of is the dribble. Less dribbling. Here, let's look at this again. Be efficient with the ball. Less dribbling. We're dribbling and we don't even need to. As soon as Kelsey catches it, first thing she does is dribble and doesn't go anywhere. Catch and look, catch and survey. You may only need one dribble pull up, but that takes time off the shot clock. Dribble. Here comes Caitlin. Now Caitlin's going to the basket. This was a great finish. I do like that finish. Good job on that finish. Should be a left-handed finish, but that was a good finish by Caitlin. Real good finish, but less dribbling. Okay, coming up here comes Caitlin with the entry pass into Mitchell, and Mitchell pulls up for the shot. Good shot. And it used to be where you don't shoot off the first pass. That used to be like a rule, but now, players one pass and they're shooting. But I was taught you don't shoot off the first pass. But that's changed today with the emphasis on the 3-ball. And it was always you had to make at least 2 or 3 passes before a shot goes up. But now, players shoot off the first pass. So we're going there. Now, one thing I want you to notice that Bonner is doing here. Looks like there's a rebound by Natasha Howard here. Now, watch Bonner. Watch what she does. She points to give it up to Caitlin. So that must be a conversation that has been had by coaches. Give it to Caitlin. Let her run the point. And it looks like Mitchell is pointing there too. Give it to Caitlin. And so Caitlin gets the ball. Now here comes AB. Now AB is making a ball side cut. It looks like, did AB make this ball side cut? No, she's coming. AB here needs to get down there and post up. The one thing I noticed in the WNBA is that the post players are running to set an on-ball screen. In transition, yes, that should happen sometimes. But in this situation with AB, the first thing AB needs to do is get down there to the post. The ball could go right in. Get down there to the post. That makes the defense work. Get down there to the post up, ball should go in. Instead, AB is running, and I think some post players get tired and they don't want to post up. And she's banging against a very good post player for the Dream. So, but AB needs to get down there and post up. Now here, there's nothing. This is a good pick and roll still. It still worked out. It's good. But AB could save herself so much time. Just get down there and give that big old post. Big old post. That's what I like to see. Get down there and post up. And then if there's nothing, then you can come out and do the ball screen. But ball side cut, I guess if I was coaching, that's what I would be teaching. Ball side cut, then we can hit the ball side cut is the first option. And then we can get into the pick and roll. So she still finishes. Good job. Good job there. Still by Colson. Now, Colson is looking for Caitlin. And I know they're trying to put an emphasis on Caitlin, but this is what I think is going to hurt their chemistry some. Colson needs, what Caitlin needs to do is feel the lane. Feel the lane. If they're always get Caitlin the ball, they don't want to quite have that mindset. The ball, she'll always have the ball. But in this situation, they need to play basketball. And what needs to happen is that Caitlin needs to run the lane, because the ball's already in the middle of the floor. Colson has the ball in the middle of the floor. And Colson is looking back. Watch her look back. See, she looks back looking for Caitlin. Caitlin needs to run the lane. Caitlin needs to be sprinting wide over here because the ball's already in the middle of the floor. Instead, now you have here, now they're right on top of each other. Now, good defender, this is a steal. See how instead Caitlin should be, look at all this space over here. Caitlin should be over here because she ran the lane. Look, get wide, Caitlin, this is typical 3-on-2. You got 2 defenders. This is 3-on-2. Get wide and run the lane. The ball is already in the middle of the floor. Make yourself available. And these are things that, see how I had to slow down? And then now it goes nowhere. Good back door, but Caitlin could have got an easy finish. Run that lane, give Colson an outlet, finish. So I would definitely, that needs to change. Like, you shouldn't be passing the ball backwards. And that's see how Colson's passing the ball backwards? Instead, Colson should be in the middle. Caitlin runs the lane and a finish. Now I know they're trying to get the ball to Caitlin to let her create, but this is going to cause some issues. Okay, Caitlin gets the rebound. Good pass ahead. Excellent job. Excellent job. Excellent job. And so let's see. Next play is a defensive play. That was really, really good. So just some pointers for Caitlin if she really wants to push herself to be at the MVP level. That one where she's running lane says a lot about her IQ. We know she's a high IQ player, but definitely run the lane. The ball's already in the middle of the floor. Those things need to be emphasized. And I think if they're always focused on give Caitlin the ball, it's going to create some issues, some chemistry issues, and it's going to create tempo issues, transition issues. Just play the game of basketball, and Caitlin has to learn how to make herself available to the ball sometimes. So that's my take on some of Caitlin's highlights for this final preseason game for the Indianapolis Fever. Thank you for tuning in. Salvation prayer. If you would like to receive Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, pray this prayer with me. Dear Lord Jesus, I want to be saved. Save me, Lord. Forgive all of my sins and be my personal Lord and Savior and my personal trainer too. Be sure to read Romans 10:13. Be sure to subscribe. It's God's will for you to be great. Believe, pray, train, reign. No weapon formed against your greatness will prosper. God loves you unconditionally. Be blessed in Jesus Christ's mighty name.